a Factory Funner?
Yep. It's because it's a follow-up to Factory Fun.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm surprised this is not a Friedman Freeze game.
Yeah, so we got this one at our local gaming store because they were like, do you know anything about this game? And we want you to review it. So, yeah, we didn't realize it's all the way back from 2016.
Yep.
So, but before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell because board games are amazing and that's what we do here at Legends of Nirvana. Now, Randy, can you tell us a little bit more about Factory Funner?
I can. This, as you mentioned, it was our 2016 game. It's got a Board Game Geek rating currently of 7.2 and a rank of 1805. This is a 1 to 6 player. I think the original Factory Fun was 1 to 5, so they've added another player. 20 to 40 minutes in length. Yeah, I think it could be if we didn't have your brother playing with us. But yeah, I don't think it's extremely long game. Age 11 and up, which is kind of an odd age. Usually it's like an even number, and they actually have truly an odd number, 11 and up. It's not, I mean, some of the placement rules are a little complex, but it's really not that hard of a game. I think, you know, I don't know if 11 up is really required, maybe 10 and up, maybe, but it's close enough. Designed by, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing this, Korn von Moorsel. Art is by Stephen Tu and published by AllPlay Games. It's a puzzle, tile placement, industry manufacturing game. It's got an MSRP of, I think it was $36. The cheapest online is Tabletop Merchant for $30.99. Atomic Empire, Miniature Market, and Card House all have it for $32 in stock.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's talk about it. Quality of components. So you have a lot of cardboard shits as far as your piping, but it's a good quality thickness. Like, I'm not mad about it. There's no linen finish, but that's fine. You're talking about metal piping. It can be a little shiny. It's all right. You do get a basic player board. It's a little bit more than cardstock, but not much more.
Yeah, but it's two-sided. One side is standard for everybody. The other side, if you want to give someone a handicap that has make it more difficult, you can flip it over to the other side, and each board gets more progressively difficult. So it may influence your choice of player color, unfortunately, but you could play with any level of difficulty if you wanted to vary it up. But they're not truly variable player powers or anything like that. It's just difficulty levels.
So you need to always have yours slipped over.
No, I'm pretty sure your brother's the one who dominated this game. I think I'm in last place right there.
No. Oh, yeah, he won, but I was second. Yeah, we obviously were playing a different game. So overall, score quality, 6.
Yeah, there's nothing special. I'm not even sure if I can go 6 on it.
Maybe 5.5.
5.5 probably. I mean, I do like the variable player boards that let you have difficulty levels, but everything's just cardboard. There's really nothing outstanding.
Well, you got the plastic chips.
Yeah, you do have some little see-through. They look like bingo chips from a really cheap bingo set.
Again,
nothing outstanding as far as quality of components.
Then let's talk about the theme. So the theme is you're running a factory and you're trying to make stuff.
It's various chemical colors. So you got pink, yellow, green, and blue, and you're trying to get the right combinations to power all your factories.
Not very strong theme.
No,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a puzzle game. It's layered on. There's nothing.
I mean, because you're making other colors turn into other colors, and it's not really. It's okay. As far as theme goes, I'm probably going to give this a 5 on theme. I think it's... Yeah. There's nothing outstanding about the artwork. It is.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not bad. It's
the tiles, look interesting. Like, the tubes are not just basic tubes.
That's true.
I'll go 5.5 on this, too, because they put a lot of effort into making the wiring and tubes. Yeah.
I will say, yeah, you're right. You're right on that one. All right, so moving on to the rulebook. How was it?
Short. That's how it was.
Well, it's not a very complex game.
It's literally a one-page document folded in half. So it's 4 pages in length if you want to consider it, but they're half pages. So the rulebook has, the cover of it is really not a cover, but it goes straight into the components. It's got them numbered and lettered so you can tell exactly what they are, and they've got how many there are of each. Then you go into the inside. It's got how the machine tiles work, But basically, some of it, there's a little confusion around some of it because the black output doesn't really specify what it does. It's just there. It produces an end product, but no other machine accepts it. It says that, but it doesn't. Given the fact that the money amounts have a black background, you kind of would potentially lead you to think there's money. I think it's just basically an end product that you don't use, waste product, if you will.
No, I mean, I don't. I think it's sellable product because none of your other
But
stuff
you
is
don't
sellable.
get anything for it. Yeah.
Well, you get the clear. No, it's just a holding tank.
Yeah,
I think
it's
is
just
what
a
you said it
holding
was.
tank. It's basically dead weight as far as that output. But you generally get that associated with a tile. It gives you a lot of money. So
Yeah.
then you've got basically how the order of the phases. You have the selection phase, the connection phase, the bookkeeping phase, and then it gives you placement rules, which is what you would typically see in a tile placement game. There again, nothing outstanding about this. They give you a few examples here, but it can be a little tough understanding exactly how the tubing works because there's a lot of combinations of tubing. And,
Which, I mean, you kind of have to with this time game. So.
And then they have a 1-paragraph solo game on the back. And then after that, there's a variant for if you don't like rapid fire drafting of tiles, which this isn't like rapid fire like, say, the Galaxy Trucker or anything. This was just drafting a single tile out of a choice of however many players you have. But if you don't like that, then you could have it where everybody takes the top 3 off the tiles and then selects one in turn order and stuff like that. So it just gives you a variant way of playing.
All right, give it a score.
It does a fine job. I'll give it a 7.5. I mean, there's nothing outstanding about it. It's short, though.
Okay. All right, so I got a tile and Randy's got a tile, and we're going to flip it over at the exact same time.
So you would start out with 8 of these for each player, and then everybody's going to pick one at random. They don't get to look at the tile.
No, it's random. So 1, 2, 3, flip. All right.
And then we get to decide. They're basically almost the same, but we get to decide between these. And the money on the number in the center represents how much money you get for playing that tile.
So I'm going to take this one first. So I'm going to take the first one, which is the negative 1 penalty. So she takes that first. Then she has to pay an extra money. So when you play it, you can orient how you want. If you're the last player, you don't even have to play it. You can just discard it. But if you take one, you have to pay 2 money if you don't play it. All right. So for example, now I'm going to slide this into place where I want it. Now I still have to add things to take care of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is take away this circle. This doesn't cost anything to remove, so you can remove anything you want for free. But anytime you add something, then it's going to cost you 1. So for example, I will be taking a straight, if I can locate it, and a quick turn. So because I am placing, so I will be, there's 2 things, and I got to place something to catch my liquid. So I'll be placing 3 things. So I'm going to spend 3 money out of the 7 I'm going to get to play this. So that means I get a net of 4. However, because I am using something from already previously made, I'll be placing this over this, which will give me a lot of victory points towards the end of the game.
So if it comes from the original source, you have 4 different sources, yellow, blue, pink, and green, that you can play onto your board as needed. But if it comes from the original source, you don't get any bonus points. But if you generate something and it produces enough product to fulfill another engine, then you can put a marker on it, and those are 3 victory points per pip it supplies at the end of the game. I'm not going to place my tile because my board's going to get all jacked up if I try to play it on here.
Mine was pretty straightforward. That's why I picked mine first. Oh, and I do get a negative 1 penalty because I took the first one. So actually, I put 3 things down, subtract 4, so I'd end up with net of 3, and then whatever bonus I get at the end of the game for that.
So you would adjust your score over there.
Yeah, accordingly. So 1, 2, 3, and then at the end of the game, that could be modified. Now, the one thing, tile drawing is so critical.
Yeah.
Because you could end up with absolute garbage. Like there was twice I played tiles that literally got me nothing. but a bonus.
So everything can be removed and moved around except for previous machines you've placed. So I could take my sources off and move them. I could take off my repositories, my tubing. Any of that can be changed. So that's the good news. The bad news is you're going to be paying to replace it onto the board $1 for each of those things. So if you take a tile and it's only worth $4 and you place all that, you may end up losing money, which I did a couple of times during the course of the game. And you want to make sure that that it's all about whoever has the highest money at the end of the game. So you want to try to minimize that, but you want to place your resources and such in such a way that you can basically connect to them as needed. But if you get them stuck in the wrong positions, you could be running a lot of tubing, or you could be just out of luck because you don't have a way of getting to it easily.
Correct. So you have to be really careful and do your due diligence. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a fun, cute little game. It made you think for a second. I thought it was a great puzzler. I actually really enjoyed this one. I just wish the drafting of the factories wasn't as random.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you could make that any better.
They do give you that variant where you can draw 3 tiles and choose, and then
yeah, but still, sometimes all 3 suck.
We had that several times, and it's like
I think I would almost enjoy this if I knew, even if you draft 8 tiles and those are the 8 tiles you have to play throughout the game. I don't know, because I like to build. I don't know. But but it makes it a little bit more fun because you're like, well, hopefully I have room for this, or hopefully I can make this happen. So I could see wanting to play it both ways. But I still really enjoyed this. I liked it enough. When we got done, I was like, man, too bad Adam's here because I wanted to play this again. But we ended up having fun playing Evacuation afterwards. So it's not that. Yeah. It was just more of...
Our review for that just went up yesterday.
Ooh. But yeah... I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a 7.5. I liked it a lot.
I'm not sure I'm quite there with you. I think it's fine. I'm probably going to give it more of a 6.5. I think it's an okay puzzler. I do not like the fact that you can get that situation where the tiles are just going to be jacking you up, as you mentioned. And maybe it's just the way my brain works, but I had some serious difficulty trying to get any of these things to actually generate income for me. I ended up taking losses, I don't know how many times. And the 6-9 thing where they put the little pip at the bottom to differentiate between the two. Yeah, when you're looking quickly across the table and you're trying to snag one, you got to be really careful because I could have gotten 9. I ended up taking the 6 by accident, and I would have been much happier with the 9 tile. After I took it, I was like, oh darn, I really should have gotten that one. I didn't mean to grab the 6.
Well, the one thing that I think like your outputs, or when they're low, it's really hard to get things to connect to them. So you kind of want those higher outputs. But when you're glancing, I don't think I realized that at the beginning because there's a lot of outputs that you need a lot for, and that's almost required for you to go to your eternal source. So yeah, no, I totally understand why, 6.5 for you. I said 7.5 because I really liked it, but caveat, if I kept playing it, I'd probably get really annoyed with the fact that I couldn't control my factories. Yeah. I think it'd be a lot more fun to draft my 8 and then pick those 8. I think I could see that being a lot of fun.
So comparing this to like Pipeline, I enjoy the building of the pipes in that way more. I like pipe games, so I do like those kind of games.
Can we play Pipeline? We don't ever play.
I don't like the other aspects of it. It's very dry. I just like building my pipeline.
I love Pipeline so much.
I love to play like Waterworks where I'm building a pipe system, That's what I like.
I'm sorry, I love Pipeline. No one ever wants to play it with me. It makes me so sad inside.
I will play it with you at some point.
No, I think I'm just going to run it at Gen Con.
Well, it's not that I hate the game. It's just I really enjoy the pipe building part.
So I do need to put my Gen Con events in because normally...
They're overdue.
But I can still put them in.
Yeah.
I'm just behind.
Yep.
No, first start. It doesn't until today. Oh, crap.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
I need to put them in today. Looks like I know what I'm doing this afternoon. Figuring out what the heck I'm going to play. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I had an absolute blast. Hopefully you'll come hang out with us again. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye.